Shabbat Shalom, brothers and sisters. It's the Hebrew Life again. I'm Bay Jerusalem, and I'm back with another lesson. We're going to call this one Daughters of Zion. Yes, I want to speak to my sisters out there. And this can go for the brothers too, because you can learn something too with this lesson. But mainly this is going to be for the sisters, the Akoffs. You know, in the scriptures, there's a lot of great women. You got Sarah, Rebecca, Ruth, Deborah, Leah, Rachel. You got Eve. You got a lot of great women within the scriptures. There's a thing that before people get in this word, one of the main questions I hear is, where is the woman in the Bible? Because these people who try to defraud the name of the Most High, they try to say, well, the Bible is a homosexual book. There's no women within it. They don't give the women power. And that's far from the truth. We love our women as Hebrew Israelites. We'll kill for our women as Hebrew Israelites. And we understand the delicacy and the tenderness of our women and how much they do impact the household and how much they mean to the household. Now, with that being said, we're going to start this off in Genesis, because we got to find out the woman's role. We got to find out why the Most High created the woman and what was to be her role. We're going to go to Genesis 2nd chapter to find out what's the woman's role. Because today, in a world that's in its last days, the roles have been mixed up. You got the woman telling the man what to do and leading the household, trying to be the head of the household, when the scriptures say that the man is the head of the household. You know, it's a system. You got the Most High, you got Christ, then you got the man. Christ is over the man, and the man is over the woman, and the woman is over the children. But today, that order is not even in the play. It's been forgotten. It seems like you're talking a foreign language when you're trying to tell these women, or you're trying to tell a woman what to do these days, because the balances are out of order. Let's start at Genesis chapter 2, and I'm going to start at verse 18. And Elohim Yah said, "It is not good that the man shall be alone. I will make him a help meet for him." And out of the ground the Lord God formed every beast of the field, every fowl of the air, and brought them unto Adam to see what he would call them. And whatsoever Adam called every living creature was the name thereof. And Adam gave a name to all the cattle, and to all the fowl of the air, and to every beast of the field. But for Adam there was not found a help meet for him. Now here you read Adam was created first. He was naming all of the animals, and he was bored. There was not a help meet for him. He could not find anything compatible with him out of all the animals on earth. So the Most High chose to make a new creation right then and there to help Adam out. I'm going to continue to read. We're going to start at verse 21 of Genesis chapter 2 to continue this. And the Elohim Yah caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam, and he slept, and took one of his ribs, and closed up the flesh instead thereof. And the rib which the Elohim Yah had taken from man made he a woman, and brought her unto the man. And Adam said, "This is now bone of my bones, flesh of my flesh, and she shall be called woman, because she was taken from man." There we go right there, the creation of the woman. Now, in between this relationship, something happened where the Most High deemed Adam to have his judgments and Eve to have her judgments. We're going to read. We're going to jump to chapter 3, and we're going to go to verse 13 of chapter 3. And I'm going to read. And the Elohim Yah said unto the woman, "What is that thou hast done?" And the woman said, "The serpent beguiled me, And I did eat. And the Elohim Yah said unto the serpent, because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle. We're going to start right there. The woman was beguiled by Satan. Why? Because Satan knew he could not go through Adam. He had to go through the weaker vessel, which was Eve. He knew Eve was the weaker vessel between the two. He knew he could beguile her. He knew Adam had been there way longer than Eve had, and was way more in tune with the rules of the garden than Eve was. Now we're gonna go to Proverbs. We're gonna go to Proverbs because a woman is a good thing. I'm not trying to. I know everything that's going on is crazy in this world, and the black woman is represented as something that she's not. When she's represented in these clubs and in these strip clubs and on these TV shows as a beast or something, as something that's not in tune with real life. I mean, you got women living in fantasy worlds. You got women out here don't want to listen to their husband. You got women purposely tearing down households, all because Hashatan is running wild, going to and fro. We're going to go to Proverbs because the Most High talks about a virtuous woman. See, the woman was made to be virtuous. What you see the black woman being today is not the characteristics of the black woman, the Hebrew woman. Now that is the characteristics of a black woman, but a true Hebrew woman she's going to be a crown of gold to her man. She's going to be everything that the Most High made her to be. Now we're going to go to Proverbs 31, and we're going to start at verse 10. Who could find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies. The heart of her husband doeth safely trust in her, so that he shall have no need of spoil. She will do him good and not evil all the days of her life. I'm going to start right there. She should do him good. When you find a virtuous woman, she's going to be doing you good. She's going to be benefiting you. When you have found something evil, maybe she's not going to be benefiting you. Maybe she's going to be tearing you down. Now, we all know that if you have a woman and she's an unbeliever and she's doing everything a wife's supposed to do, or you have a husband and he's an unbeliever but he's doing everything a husband's supposed to do, the Most High says to keep her. The Most High hates divorce. He wants his people together. But there's standards. The man is the head of the household. The man is the head. When you look in nature, you rarely see a woman or a female leading a pack. We're lions. When you look at lions, the male run the pack. The male are bigger than the females. Yeah, the woman run around do a lot of hunting, but you miss out on the male lion staying up all night and taking down the bigger prey, which is the buffalo and wildebeest and other big preys out there that the women lions, 3 or 4 of them, couldn't take down. And it takes one male lion to do this. So even in nature, the male is the head and he runs the household. Now we're going to go to Isaiah 3 and 16, because I've talked about the good. Now we got to go to the bad, because there was a curse put on the daughters of Zion, because that's what the name of this video is called. It's called the daughters of Zion. I want my Hebrew Israelite brothers and sisters, women, I want everybody to know that there is a curse on a man and there is a curse on the daughters of Zion because of their ways. We're going to go to that. Because you might not know, a lot of things you're going through right now is because of the curses of the daughters of Zion. The Most High curse is generational. He's not a favor of persons. If he's going to curse you, he's going to curse you. He's going to curse you generationally. He's not going to waste his time on one person. When King Solomon sinned, the whole kingdom was split. That affected more than King Solomon. This is how the Most High works. And I'm going to read. Moreover, the Elohim saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty, and walk with stretched forth necks, and wanton eyes, walking and mincing as they go, making and tinkling with their feet. Therefore the Lord will smite with the scab of the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, and the Lord will discover their secret parts. I'm going to start right there. He said he's going to smite the crown of the head with a scab. Black women are the number one buyers of hair products, weaves, wigs, and etc. Because the curses of the daughters of Zion was they were going to have a scab on the crown of their head. This is why black women have a hard time growing hair these days. It's not because of their bad genes. It's because the Most High has cursed us. And he knows what you take precious to your heart. Your hair, your beauty, your looks. This is what the Most High is coming for due to the curses of the daughters of Zion. Being haughty and walking, having this attitude. You see it all the time. You see it all the time in the streets with women who act haughty and act like they got their nose up in the air, thinking they don't need anybody. Thinking a man is coming to her life to hurt her instead of help her. This is where you get this strong character that women have today. And I can't blame the women all the way, because you got men out here who's making it that way. They're not. That man is the head. If the man is not doing his job, then the family should fall. A woman cannot fully lead a family. She's made for help, as I read in Genesis, the 2nd chapter. The man is the head. Now, I'm going to continue to read. And it says, it shall come to pass, instead of a sweet smell, there shall be a stink, and instead of a girdle, a rent, and instead of well-set hair, baldness, instead of a stomacher, a girdling of sackcloth, and burning instead of beauty. Burning instead of beauty. Now we're going to go to Proverbs. We're going to go back to Proverbs, because the Most High is going after everything that women take dearly to their hearts. Everything does. All right. I'm going to read Proverbs 31:30. Many daughters, I'm going to start at verse 29. Many daughters have done virtuously, but thou excellest them all. Favor is deceitful, and beauty is vain. But a woman that feareth the Elohim, she shall be praised. Give her of the fruits of her hand, and let her own works be praised in her gates, in the gates. A woman that fears the Most High shall be praised. Not a woman who's got a booty out, got a breast out in the club trying to show everything she got. No, a woman who fears the Most High and is doing what she's supposed to do according to these scriptures is to be praised. Hebrew Israelites, we don't praise women going out trying to show everything, going out trying to run the household. We don't praise that. We're not doing that. We praising a woman who fears the Most High. Nothing more, nothing less. And if she's not fearing the Most High, we working diligently, praying that the Most High opens her eyes and she eventually see the truth and come out of these wicked ways. You got a lot of wickedness going on in the world, and the earth is out of balance. It's time for the black man to get back in the household and help these women out so they can really feel like a woman and be a woman for real, and not have to play both roles in the household because weak men want to walk out. It's time for us to step up. It's time for us to get back it's time for us to get our dignity back. And how do we get our dignity back? Through these laws. There's no other way. The TV can't tell you how to be a true Hebrew Israelite woman, a true Hebrew Israelite man. Only these scriptures can. I'm Base Jerusalem. This is the Hebrew Life. Shalom, family.